If you are in a relationship right now, let me turn you on to the Ritual app. You are going to schedule your one-on-one session live with your clinician every week. I happen to be one of them. And in preparation for these sessions, you and your partner every single week, you're going to look at your video content that is curated for you and your partner. And you're going to learn the relationship skills that you need to really keep your relationship running smoothly and to keep both of you strong and emotionally healthy. And you're going to meet with your clinician afterwards. You're going to take the assessment. You're going to do your journal prompts and take the assessment so your clinician can find out how you're doing and how things are going in your relationship and the areas that you may need to get stronger in. But Ritual is an absolutely amazing app. It's going to help keep your relationship on track. It's going to give you that curated time with your partner every week to work on your relationship. And so I want you to check out the link at the bottom of this video and click on it, and you will get 20% off of the Ritual app. You also have the opportunity to message your clinician in between sessions. So you can also do that. But it is an absolutely amazing tool, a great modern day tool for couples to keep their relationship strong and healthy. So check out the Ritual app today, and don't forget to use my link to get 20% off of your first month of Ritual. And if you'd like to work with me, please let them know you're interested in working with Anita Stoudmire. Good afternoon. All right, my curls are looking crazy, y'all. Y'all are gonna have to excuse my curls because they look weird. I don't know, even on this side, they just look weird. I'm using a new product. So, good afternoon. I want to jump on really quickly. I got about 30 minutes to chat and pose a question to you all. I want to pose a question to you today. And that question is, let me drink something. Okay, here we go again. Should sex precede commitment? Should sex come before commitment? That's the question I want to raise today on this live. And I really want to know your thoughts and opinions about it. Okay, QB.4Real says no. Ava BKA Smiley says nope. Okay. Should sex precede commitment? I'm going to give you my thoughts. I'm going to express to you how I think we got here, right? That we have started as a society. We've started normalizing things. We've started promoting things and normalizing things as, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're all going to do. This is what we're going to expect from other people. And once that thing becomes normalized, once that thing gets promoted to the point where, like, that's the new norm. That's what everybody does. It's weird if you don't have sex with a person that you just met, right? You don't have sex with a stranger. Well, what's wrong with you? You're not out here having sex with strangers. You're not out here having sex by the third date. We see that as weird. Okay. Hello, Evolving Lulu 74. Yeah. So I'm going to give y'all my thoughts and then I'm going to jump on because I got a client at 1. But here's what I believe, that in the last 20 years, and keep in mind, I've been alive 56 years. So I've seen a lot of changes happen in the last 20 years, and they've been alarming changes, very alarming. And I'm going to go so far as to say in the last 5 years. So in the last 5 years, I have seen society unravel. Like, I have seen things that are normalized that I don't believe should be normalized. And I've seen society just unravel. And yet, instead of, it's almost like cutting my hand off, right? So I come in and cut my hand off, and my wrist is just bleeding. Blood is just pouring out of my wrist because my hand is cut off. That's what it's like looking at society today. And instead of taking a tourniquet and applying it to my wrist and stopping the bleeding, it's like we squeezing the arm to make more blood come out. That's what we're doing. Like, we're not putting something on it to stop the bleeding. We're not trying to save the life of the person or the arm of the person. Like, we just bleeding out. That's what society feels like to me. We've had our hand cut off, our arm cut off, and we are just bleeding out. And along comes somebody that says, hey, we got to get this under control. We got to put something on this. We got to figure this out. No, we're just letting it bleed out. We're just letting it get worse and worse and worse. The person is going into shock and they could lose their life. That's what it feels like to me. So now we have noted psychologists. We have noted content creators and relationship coaches and different people in the space. And they are normalizing sex before commitment. They're saying that that's how you determine if you want to commit to a person. You have sex with them. That is how you're going to determine if you even want to be committed, is you're going to have sex. And now that has become normalized, think about it. In the last 5 to 10 years, with the advent of hookup culture, and again, I want you to hear me well. Use your critical thinking cap. So hookup culture was created or invented, and it's kind of like, it's an offshoot of the sexual revolution, right? So technically hookup culture is nothing new. That was something that was born out of the sexual revolution. So back in the 60s and the 70s, people were hooking up. Like, that was the thing back then, right? So we had the feminist movement, we had the sexual revolution, we had the advent of birth control, abortion. So all of these things that make it so that people could have sex without consequences. Okay, so hookup culture is technically not new. People were doing that in the 60s. They were having these orgies and these sex parties, and you could, have sex with strangers and experience that. And, if the woman was on the pill or if she had an abortion, she didn't have to worry about having the man's baby, right? So all of that was going on then. This is really just what I consider to be a modern day offshoot of that. But I wasn't, an adult. I was born in 68, so I wasn't an adult in the 60s. So I didn't see that firsthand. So here I am in my 50s, and I'm seeing something like that in my 50s. I'm experiencing this hookup culture, or at least I'm seeing it, because I've never experienced it. But I'm seeing this hookup culture, and I'm like, oh my God, is this what people in the 60s were doing? They're just, and think about it. We have the technology now that says I can go on an app. I can go on an app and find a sex partner and just have sex with them. That's the only point of doing this whole app dating thing, is to have sex with them. All right, we had a comment from QB.forreal. After marriage, past sexual experience is often regretted. Most definitely. Most definitely. Evolving Lulu says the free love era. Exactly. And look, and wasn't nothing free about it. Wasn't nothing free about it. We paying for it right now. We still paying for it. Wasn't nothing free about it. So again, you've got this advent of technology, and now I can go on a dating app and I can find a sex partner. I can go on websites. It started with the websites. It started with Ashley Madison. It started with MySpace. Like, we're not even going to act like this is a new thing, but it started with websites. It started with Ashley Madison. It started with all these other websites where you could find free sex partners, whatever, right? So you got all that going on. And this hookup culture we're seeing now is really just an offshoot of what's been going on since the 40s, 50s, since the 60s. That's when it was really booming. She said it wasn't no love either. Exactly. And so it's got us to this place where that has been normalized. Like, you do not need to be committed to a person. You don't need to be in a relationship with them. You don't even need to know them that well. And the expectation is, so let's throw in another variant. Let's throw in pornography. And again, we know pornography has been around since the 20s, right? Pornography has been around since the 20s, y'all. I think the first pornographic image was in 1920. So it's been around for a while. This is not new. But guess what? The technology took it to another level. So it's not magazines or books. It's not looking at your dad's Playboy or Hustler. It's not going to the little video store and then going behind the curtain to the nasty area. It's not going to peep shows. That's gone. Guess what you do now? You pick this up and it's in your pocket and you go, ooh, I want to watch some nudity. I want to watch people have sex. And you get on this and there you go. 24/7, 7 days a week. That's where we are. So let's add that little variant. That you got people looking at this 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And so that appears that, okay, people have sex without being married. People have sex without being in a relationship. People have sex without being in love. This is normal. This is how we should do it. This is what I'm seeing everywhere. And I'm going on a date with this woman and she's like, excuse me, what are you talking about? You want to come back to the house? What do you mean by that? Well, I mean, we having this great date. Things seem to be going well. Like, what's up? What's up? Can we go back to the house? You want to come back to my place? I don't know you, sir. Like, can I be honest? You a stranger. I don't know you. I'm going on this date to get to know you. But right now, I don't know you like that. Okay? So this other person that has fallen into this trap of believing that sex should precede commitment, they're like, what's wrong with you? What's your problem? Why you tripping? They feel away. Let me look at this comment. The real him best. I dated a woman and we actually waited 3 months before we had sex. Mind you, I'd never done that before, but we got to know each other so well it made us fall in love. I love that. That's beautiful. That's every man I've ever dated. like that's every relationship I ever been in. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. And it's like, I'm digging the person. I'm digging you, right? And you digging me. And the sex is making it all that much better. That's beautiful. Are y'all still together? She asked. Are y'all still together? So, but just understand that when this is normalized, like people think it's something wrong with you if you're not doing this. This is weird. What's wrong with you? You're weird. Why are you not giving me some? I'm taking you on this date. I'm paying for this date. I'm paying for this meal. Sir, you need a professional. That's my response every time to men like that. And can I be real? I think I've gotten that maybe twice in my whole life. I don't date men like that. I don't, I'm a pretty good judge of character. And I don't date men that have the audacity to ask me for no sex on the first date, second date, third date. That has never happened, but twice. Twice. Okay? In 56 years. Because most men got good sense. Okay? Most men got good sense. And I'm attracted to men who got good sense. Okay? So I don't have many horror stories. I always tell people that. I have maybe 2 horror stories in my 56 years because I don't date crazy men. I don't date inappropriate men. I don't date feminine men. I don't date men who have, all these problems and addictions and all that. I can see that coming a mile away. Okay? So maybe twice in my whole life has a man ever really pressured me for sex. It's weird and it's very unattractive. But anyway, back to the story. So now we are living in this culture that unfortunately the younger people, this is what concerns me. The younger people are being raised to believe that that's normal. They're normalizing sex precedes commitment. They're normalizing sex with strangers. They're normalizing having sex with people and doing these pornographic acts. They see that as sex. They think sex, porn is sex. That's real sex, right? When in truth, pornography is sex distorted. Pornography is sex degraded. That's not real sex. That's not lovemaking. That is taking something that was God created and very divine and polluting it and distorting it and degrading it. Very different. But now we have, millennials, Gen Z, they see spitting on each other as sex. They see rimming each other, tossing salads. They see, some of the most degrading acts. They see that as sex. That's all a part of the sex act. Choking each other, pissing on each other. They see that as sex. And, that's where I feel like we need older people to get involved and let them know that that's weird. Nothing is sexual about that. Nothing is loving about that. Nothing is, that's nasty. Like we need to get involved. That's why I talk about this a lot. I've had younger people say to me, why do you talk about these things and you talk so direct and you be talking about these? I said, look, somebody got to tell y'all. Y'all will drive yourself clean off a cliff. Somebody with some sense got to tell you that a man choking you, that a man slapping you, that a man spitting on you, that a man, what's it called? Back shots and all that nastiness. There's nothing loving, caring about that. That a man using terms like, I'm going to beat it up and I'm going to smash and I'm going to hit it and all it. There's nothing good about that. You are objectifying yourself. Okay? She said sex in exchange for a Caesar salad. Yeah, no, baby. Keith James 1911 says, I must be old. I don't get it. Baby, you normal. That's why you don't get it. Because you normal. You healthy. And right now, that's you the odd person out. People who have normal, healthy love making, people who make love are weird. People who make love to their person, they weird right now. Okay? So I feel like we need to get involved. Older people need to get involved. We need to teach younger people what lovemaking really is, right? It's like I said, I see some of the stuff they talking about, some of the stuff they're doing. There are some young people. So there's a lot of organizations that I volunteer for, and some of them are like teen organizations. And so I'm overhearing these conversations amongst teenagers, girls who, and I'm going to be graphic. I got to decide if I'm going to repost this or bleep out some things I'm going to tell y'all this right now. When this gets reposted to my Instagram, it's only for subscribers, right? So that's the reason why I do that, is so that I can speak freely and not get flagged, right? That's the way to not get flagged. So this is a little tip for y'all. If you want to hear and see my unedited lives, you need to be subscribed to my Instagram channel. You can see all of my lives unedited, all right, me being real, but I can't do that and post it for everybody to see. It will get flagged because of some language or whatever. But I'm going to be honest, because I know this is going to my subscribers. But these young girls are talking about, having anal sex, right? They said, oh, I'm still a virgin, Miss Anita. I said, really? Okay. So I said, you haven't done anything else? Any other sex acts? Well, I've gone down on a guy, or I've had anal sex with him, but I'm saving the other thing for, I'm trying to save myself. Baby, you're not saving yourself. You're not a virgin. Okay. I had to explain that to her. You're not a virgin. If you're out here going down on young men, if you're out here letting them have anal sex with you, you're not a virgin. Okay. It varies. Too Cold 33. It definitely varies. They said, what are your live times on IG? It varies. It just varies. I don't have any schedule for my lives on IG. It just depends on what's going on in my life. It very much varies. Sometimes it's early in the morning, 8 a.m. Sometimes it's around noon. Sometimes it's 5 or 6 or 7 at night. It just varies. So that's why I tell people, if you want to see all of my lives unedited, okay, you're going to subscribe to Instagram. Subscribe to Instagram, and you can go in, and I do a live almost every day, and you can watch all my lives. And if you don't do that, you're going to head over to YouTube and you're going to watch it over on YouTube. But like I said, I may have to edit some of this out because YouTube will get funny with my videos. But I just need y'all to understand where young people's minds are, right? Like they're doing all these things, calling themselves a virgin. There was another young girl who said, yeah, I've had a couple of sex partners. She was 16. I've had a couple of sex partners. But you know what, Miss Anita? I've never actually been kissed on my mouth. What? How do you allow a man to have sex with you and not kiss you? I've never been kissed. I've never been kissed on my mouth by a man, by a boy. That's crazy. And this is normal. They are normalizing this, y'all. That's insane. So I'm just telling you. She said that Jasmine girl that had a baby for Cam Newton said she gives him anal, but she doesn't like it. She just does it for him. That's insane. Yeah, that is insane. Because, baby, no, that ain't happening, baby. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, if it's not bringing me pleasure, or definitely if it's bringing me pain, that's called no. Nope. That ain't happening. So, but that's that porn mentality. That's what we got going on right now. And that's why sex precedes commitment, because of the culture that we're living in that says, oh, and let's go here. Okay. And then I'm going to wrap it up. Let's go here. Our culture is so twisted and sick. Okay. That we now prioritize sexual prowess. We prioritize, how good the sex is and what people do and if they can't please me and how big his member is and, oh, I can't be with somebody that ain't got this size member and blah, blah. Things that don't have nothing to do with having a loving, healthy, long-term marriage. That y'all are prioritizing the entire relationship on sexual prowess and sexual, what a person can do in bed and how big their member is and all it. And you wonder why you having problems in relationships. Like your priorities are all screwed up. I can't wait. I got to test drive it. I got to know what I'm getting. Okay, so you getting some bomb A sex. Oh, what else? You getting some bomb A sex. Okay, what else? What else you getting? You're going to be 10 years deep in the marriage before you realize you ain't getting nothing else. You getting a woman with a fat tail. You getting a woman with some big old breasts. Or big lips, right? Okay. What else you getting? What else your children getting? Or you getting a man with a big member. Oh, he know how to work it like this and he know how to do that and he go down and blah, blah, blah. Okay. What else are you getting? You might be getting somebody that's unemployed. You might be getting somebody that's addicted to weed. You might be getting somebody that watch porn all the time. But it's so important. It's so important. We got to know what the sex is like. We got to, that's really, really important. Okay? They don't know the difference between sex and love, unfortunately. Agreed. But what's so sad to me is you got people in my generation, Gen X. You got Gen Xers, and we know the difference between sex and love. We was raised on, Jodeci and Keith Sweat and, who else? Joe and, gosh, who else can I list? Like, Mint Condition and, all the people, all the greatest crooners of all time. And yet, you got 50-plus-year-olds doing this foolishness. Getting swept up in pornography, getting swept up in the whole, I got to test drive it conversation. That's what's sad. It's one thing for a 20-year-old to come to me with that mess, or a 25-year-old, or even a 30-year-old. You got 50-year-olds talking about that. I got 50-year-olds trying to go out on dates talking about, yeah, and what you going to do for me? Click. Next. You got 50-year-olds looking at this content, listen to these podcasts, getting swept up in this foolishness. That's what's really sad to me. Like, really? Thank you, Evolving Lulu. I think it looks weird. Like I said, I use this new product. She said your curls are popping. I use this new product and it's kind of looking a little weird. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's me. But yeah, that's what's concerning to me. QTP underscore says, thank you. As someone who is practicing abstinence, I hear so many people say, well, what if the sex is bad after you get married? Okay, I'm going to address this once and for all, because y'all keep asking that question. You ready? People who are spiritual in nature, people who are obedient, people who love God, people who are actual Orthodox, devout Christian, they actually trust God. They trust God in all things. I do. I trust God with my money. I trust God with my time, with my children, with my business. I trust God with everything in my life. And guess what else I'm trusting him for? I'm trusting him for a good man. I'm trusting him for a godly man. I'm trusting him for a masculine man. I'm trusting him for a man that I'm sexually compatible with. That's another level that some of y'all don't know about. Instead of trusting him, you want to trust yourself. That's why you need a test drive. Instead of trusting that God can do anything and everything in the whole wide world, you want to trust your genitals. You got to see for yourself. But I trust my Lord with everything. And, you know, he ain't let me down. He ain't let me down yet. So why can't I trust him with that? Lord, I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to date this man and we going to abstain until we get married. And the Lord said, pow! That marriage bed, that wedding night. I'll be like, good God. Thank you, Jesus. You know, see, you got to trust the Lord. But y'all don't know nothing about that. See, that's a higher level of thinking. And there's too many people on here that don't know nothing about that. Y'all live in the physical realm. Y'all trust yourself. And I got to test it for myself. I got to have a test drive. You keep doing all that test driving, okay? I agree. I believe that my marriage didn't prosper due to not building a genuine connection with my wife. Agreed. Baby face, yes. Yeah, red pill. Oh my God, Dr. Anita, you are a timepiece or a dime. Yes, you are. You check all the boxes. What a package, all in one. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't stop at 50. I know older that have childish conversations. Oh, Lord. Lord. Oh, QT pie. Thank you. I was trying to read it. QT pie. Yes, QT pie. Got it. Okay. So, yeah. Y'all, but see, y'all not spiritual. You're not spiritual. You in the flesh. And if you can't feel it, if you can't taste it, if you can't touch it, see, it's not real unless you in the flesh, unless you can do all that. Spiritual people, I see the money before it's real. I see the money before it's in my account. I see the clients before they walk in the door. Everything that I've ever brought into the physical, I seen it in the spiritual. I seen it in my mind. That's true faith. That's what most people down here on earth don't know nothing about. You rely on your flesh. You rely on the physicality of it. So I ain't talking to you. That's why when people bring that up, I just like, okay, well, I ain't talking to you. Like, you're not going to get it. You're not going to understand. Communication and growing together makes sex just what you desire. Exactly. Ooh, y'all, I got so excited. Oh, Lord, I done messed my phone up. See, I done got so excited. Exactly. And so, look, I find that man, and ooh, he just do it for me. And then he stimulate this. And then we be talking, and we be smiling, and we be looking at each other. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I think this is it. I think this is. And then he commit. And I say yes. And then, it just get better and better and better. That wedding night come and my head just blow off. Like my head just clean leave my shoulders. That's how you supposed to do it. That thing is supposed to grow better. This how y'all do it. Y'all pop off in the first 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. Guess what that thing do? That thing go down, down, down. It get worse. It get worse. Oh, Lord, I ain't trying to. Oh, God. Oh, God. That's what y'all be doing. Me, I had that thing start slow, and then it simmer, and then it do this, and then they go up here. See, that's how I do it. But y'all do it the opposite. And that's why most people are in sexless marriages. Y'all done wore yourself out before y'all got married. It ain't nothing to look forward to. Then y'all get married and have a child, and y'all stop having sex altogether. Like, yeah, I'm good. I done had all the sex I was going to have. That's some craziness. I can't do it. Exactly. And I'm making sure that the man I'm praying for, I'm healed enough to appreciate him. Good job. That's right. Yeah. Please pray that you're ready, that you can do what you need to do to maintain that relationship. People don't tell what they like during sex. There are so many books and videos, not porn, to help your experience. Yeah, I do think we need to talk more about sex. Like, one thing that shocks men about me is I talk about sex. I don't have a problem talking about sex. And I ain't having sex with you. Okay? I ain't having sex with you. But I'll talk about it all day. I'll talk about it all day. And you can ask me questions and all of that. When the time is appropriate for us to do that, I have no problem talking about sex. Now, I ain't having it with you until I'm committed, until we going somewhere, but I can talk about it. So I agree. Spiritual realm is a whole nother conversation. Exactly. And that's a conversation that most people, they're just not prepared to have. After 38 years, it don't take long, right? Right? So that's it. That's it. But yeah, we prioritize all the wrong things. And that's why we end up in the situations we end up in, because we prioritize things that cannot be real. It really don't matter. And I'm not saying sex don't matter. Sex is important and sexual compatibility is important, but it's something that can be worked through. It's something that you need to have healthy conversations. You need to verbally talk about things, and you need to keep talking about them. And you need to commit to being open and honest with each other. But if that foundation is genuine love, genuine care, right? You can build anything on top of it. If God and genuine love and genuine care is in the foundation, you can build anything on top of it. And that's the message. But no, I don't think sex should precede commitment. And commitment looks like a lot of different things. For some people, it's in a committed relationship. For those of us in the faith, it is marriage, right? But some people would say, well, we got to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or we got to be engaged. And those of us who are devout in the faith say, we got to be married. We got to be married. And remember, I'm not marrying for fun. I'm marrying for purpose. I'm marrying for a very specific reason. I'm not marrying simply because I'm in love. I'm not marrying for romantic reasons. I'm marrying because we have a job to do together. We have a purpose. We have something to work on together. That's why I'm getting married. Okay. All right. It's 1:00. I got to go. Have a great rest of your afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you're on YouTube, please like this video. Please share it with anyone you think could benefit from it. And please subscribe to the channel. I am slowly but surely trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of September. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. All right. Have a great rest of the day. And as always, stay open to love.